New developments tonight as protesters gather outside the White House. Here was the scene earlier today as demonstrators gathered outside security gates that were installed outside the White House fence. That prompted the Secret Service to evacuate non-essential personnel. Just in the last hour, we're learning why. Our Priscilla Alvarez joins us now from inside the White House. Priscilla, I noticed earlier you were on the phone. Now you're back in the briefing room. I've been in situations like that myself over there at the White House. I know the Secret Service doesn't take any chances. What is the latest on this situation?
That's exactly right, Jim. Moments ago when we were talking, we were being evacuated by Secret Service. As you can see, I'm in the White House briefing room now. That was a very short moment, about 10 minutes, where Secret Service thought they needed to get us off the ground, that being non-essential personnel and press. I have since talked to a federal law enforcement official who told me that what prompted that higher level of security was a damage to the temporary fence. Around the White House, there were additional barriers that had been placed knowing that this protest was coming to the White House this afternoon. And there was some damage to that fence for a brief moment of time that led to that higher security posture. This official also telling me that objects were thrown over that temporary fence. That did not, though, lead to the higher security posture. Jim, you have been to the White House probably as many times, and there was enhanced security over the course of the afternoon. They had prepared for this march on Washington for Gaza to intensify over the course of the afternoon, which is what we saw play out amid chants of ceasefire. Now, President Joe Biden was not here at the White House, but all of this going to underscore some of the what he is navigating politically, which is as the U.S. continues to support Israel, there has been pushback domestically and on the world stage for a ceasefire in Gaza, where, of course, there have been images of the humanitarian crisis that has unfolded there and the many thousands of deaths. So, again, President Joe Biden was not here for this incident. There was a moment where we thought we were evacuating and were in process of doing so. That posture no longer the case as crowds have dispersed.
All right, we're continuing to monitor a large demonstration outside the White House. CNN's Priscilla Alvarez joins me on the phone. Priscilla, this is part of the protests that were taking place across D.C. today in support of Gaza. What can you tell us?
That's right. This is the March on Washington for Gaza. They started earlier today, and earlier this afternoon they arrived to the White House. It's hard to tell how big it is. I'm in the White House complex, only looking through the fence, but it does look like potentially hundreds. I will tell you, Jim, that we are now evacuating. Non-essential personnel from the White House have been asked to leave. The president, though, is not here. President Joe Biden left to Camp David this morning, so he is not here. But the protests have intensified enough for Secret Service to evacuate non-essential personnel. And we are waiting for additional guidance. But as of now, the protests, you might hear them over the phone. They have gotten bigger. They are chanting and calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. This, of course, has been an issue that the president has confronted, not only here in Washington, but also as he hits the road across the country. We see police, see flashing sirens and helicopters.
All right, and coming up next, we're getting new details about a large protest that formed outside the White House tonight. It has gotten a little testy there. The Secret Service, they've had to take action.